Hey, welcome in. You're listening to the daily version of the Cortland Economics Report. I'm Al Cortland, and I appreciate you joining me. It's Monday, June 20th, start of a new week. I think we have a very, very interesting week on our hands. I have Marshall Berol with me right now. Marshall is an old friend, a real expert in our industry. He is the co-portfolio manager of the highly successful Encompass Fund. We're going to comment on an issue that was brought up by one of my listeners, a gentleman by the name of Edward, who over the weekend sent me an email and said, could you comment on the direction of the XAU and the HUI and how that may or may not continue to affect the discrepancy between the price of the metals and the price of the gold stocks. Well, as a point of fact, the HUI and the XAU continue in a downward movement, and the price of metals continues to be strong. So there is a real discrepancy there. His question is, do you think that the downward movement in these two indexes is going to ultimately win out, and the price of precious metal stocks will also begin to plummet? Let's hear from what Marshall has to say first, and then Big Al will give you his 2 cents worth. Marsh, what do you think, buddy?
No, I don't think they're going to continue to plummet. The two indices that you mentioned, we're going to track the stocks that are included in them. In the HUI, which is the Amex Gold Bugs Index, almost 75% of the weighting in that are stocks that are also in the XAU, which is the Philadelphia Gold-Silver Index. The Gold-Silver Index additionally has silver companies, and they're trending down because the companies have trended down. But silver seems to be basing or consolidating in here at the $35 level. Gold is within $30 or $40 of its old-time high on the metals. The summer historically has been a slower period for the stocks, but we think that's going to change. It's frankly somewhat surprising to us that gold and the gold stocks are not doing better, considering what's going on in Europe with Greece and the financial difficulties that are still ongoing in Euroland. But the market is the market.
The market is the market. My personal opinion is I would take a wait-and-see attitude for the next 30 days anyway. If you see a trend reversing, if you see the trend in precious metals stocks reversing at that time, then of course you'd be silly not to jump back in once you're assured that trend is for real. But Big Al's personally going to sit on the sidelines for a little bit, but I don't know. Marshall?
A cautious approach is never out of order.
There you go. Marshall Berol, thank you so much. We're going to be back tomorrow.